The 1989 baseball season probably wasn't a good year for some people. Start off with the Pete Rose. It was found that there was evidence that came out that he may have been allegedly gambling, and that hung over the whole season. But we'll get to what happened. Started January 9th when Johnny Bench and Carl Yastrzemski elected into the Hall of Fame by the baseball writers on their first try. Bench was named on 96.4%, the third highest in total behind Hank Aaron and Ty Cobb. February 24th, Red Schoendeist and umpire umpire Al Barkley are elected in the Hall of Fame by the Special Veterans Committee. May 28th, Toronto Blue Jays win their last ever game at Exhibition Stadium in a 7-5 win over Chicago. Yeah, the very first team they played against, oddly enough, at Exhibition Stadium. Like Cold Snowy Day in 77. Anyways, it was a 7-5 win. George Bill hit the game-winning home run. May 29th, Mike Schmidt calls a press conference and cheerfully announces that he is retiring effective immediately. And he still gets voted into the All-Star game, and he's allowed to suit up. Anyways, okay, June 5th, Toronto plays its first ever game at the Sky Dome, as it was known then. It's now the Rogers Center. They lost to Milwaukee, and it is the first stadium with a retractable roof. So there. June 8th, Pittsburgh scores 10 runs in the top of the first. Pittsburgh play-by-play guy. Let's see, where is it? Jim Rooker says if Pittsburgh loses his game, I'm walking home. Sure enough, Philadelphia comes back, wins 15-11, and Rooker does a 300-mile walk for charity. So, he does walk from Philly to Pittsburgh. July 11th at the All-Star Game at Anaheim, American League 5, National League 3. August 17th, Bruce Hurst, did you say that 10 times fast? Bruce Hurst is the first pitcher to beat both reigning Cy Young Award winners. July 28th, he had beaten Orel Hershiser of the Dodgers, and on this particular day, he beats former Twin and current Met Frank Viola. Viola won the Cy Young with Minnesota in '88 and got traded to Minnesota, traded to the Mets. And August 24th, Commissioner Bartlett Giamatti announces that Pete Rose is banned from baseball in the wake of evidence found that he had allegedly been gambling. And there's an interview Pete Rose did a few before that, is that he said, "I'll bet you that I did not bet on baseball." Well, there's a tip-off. September 1st, Commissioner Giamatti ends up having a fatal heart attack. So he's dead. Dies of a heart attack. Just wait till we get to the World Series. Season stats. Kirby Puckett of Minnesota, .339 average. Led the majors. Fred McGriff of Toronto, 36 home runs, led the American League. Fred Griffith, Toronto. Ruben Sierra of Texas, 119 RBIs, led the American League. Brett Saberhagen of Kansas City had 23 wins, which led the American League, and had a 2.16 ERA, which led the majors. And Nolan Ryan of Texas, he's back in the American League. 301 strikeouts, led the majors. He finishes his career with the Texas Rangers. So, National League, Tony Gwynn of San Diego, .336 average, led the National League. Kevin Mitchell of San Francisco with 47 home runs, which led the majors, and 125 RBIs, which also led the majors. Mike Scott of Houston, 20 wins, led the National League. Scott Garalti of San Francisco, I have no idea, 2.28 ERA, led the National League. And Jose De Leon of St. Louis, 201 strikeouts, that led the National League. Season standings, American League East. Toronto takes the American League East 89 and 73. Baltimore went 87 and 75, which, yeah, they recovered from their awful season. They were 2 back. Boston goes 83 and 79, 6 back. Milwaukee goes 81 and 81, 8 back. Yankees go 74 and 87, 14 and a half back. Cleveland goes 73 and 89, 16 back. And Detroit goes 59 and 103, 30 back. Yeah, there's a bad one. There's a god-awful team of the season. American League West. Oakland takes the Western Division with a 99 and 63 record. Kansas City is second with 92 and 70, 7 back. California goes 91 and 71, 8 back. Texas goes 83 and 79, 16 back. Minnesota goes 80 and 82, 19 back. Seattle goes 73 and 89, 26 back. And California goes 69 and 92, 29 and a half back. National League East. Chicago Cubs are your Eastern Division champions, 93 and 69. Could have taken the American League East too. These are 3 teams in the American League West. I could have taken the American League East. That's how bad they were. Anyways, Mets went 87 and 75, 6 back. St. Louis goes 86 and 76. 7 back. Montreal goes 81 and 81, 12 back. Pittsburgh goes 74 and 88, 19 back. And Philadelphia goes 67 and 95, 26 back. National League West. San Francisco takes the Western Division, 92 and 70, which also could have taken the American League East. San Diego goes 89 and 73, 3 back. That could have been a 1-game playoff. Houston goes 86 and 76, 6 back. Yeah, San Diego and Toronto could have had a 1-game playoff, yeah, but anyways. Los Angeles goes 77 and 83, 14 back. Cincinnati goes 75 and 87, 13 back. 17 back. Wait, what? Yeah, okay, that's right. Never mind. Okay. Atlanta goes 63 and 97, 28 back. Now we go to the League Championship Series between Toronto and Oakland for the American League. Oakland's home games were at Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. Well, Toronto's home games were at the Skydome, as it was then. And I optimistically predicted that Toronto would take this in 7. Boy, was I foolish to say that. Game 1, October 3rd, in Oakland, A's 7, Jays 3. Game 2, October 4th, Oakland 6, Toronto 3. Game 3, October 6th, in Toronto, Jays 7, Oakland 3. Game 4, October 7th, in Toronto, Oakland 6, Toronto 5. And Game 5, October 8th, in Toronto, Oakland 4, Toronto 3. Oakland made easy work of Toronto. Plain and simple. Okay, now you got the National League Championship Series between San Francisco and Chicago, and San Francisco's home games were at Candlestick Park, and Chicago's home games were at Wrigley Field. And I think they had some night games at Wrigley Field. Game 1, October 4th in Chicago, Giants 11, Cubs 3. Game 2, October 5th in Chicago, Cubs 9, San Francisco 5. Game 3, October 7th in San Francisco, Giants 5, Cubs 4. Game 4, October 8th in San Francisco, Giants 6, Chicago 4. And Game 5, October 9th, San Francisco 3, Chicago 2. Got the Oakland A's and the San Francisco Giants in the Bay Series, because they're really right across the bay from each other. And start on Game 1, October 14th in Oakland Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. Yeah, I think you know. Oakland 5, San Francisco nothing. Game 2, October 15th in Oakland. Oakland 5, San Francisco 1. You got a 2-game lead as we go to October 17th. Getting ready to watch Game 3 of the World Series, and at 5:04 p.m. Pacific Time, the Loma Prieta earthquake strikes. Right before Game 3 of the World Series, the earthquake happens, and part of the Bay Bridge collapsed. And if there had not been a game that day, there would have been heavier than traffic than usual. It's normal rush hour traffic, and there would have been a hell of a lot more tragedies. But instead, there are people at the game or at office parties watching it, and there wasn't as much traffic as usual, which wasn't as many deaths as there could have been. But yeah, it was what a god awful way to end the season. Yeah, the World Series was delayed 10 days to make sure that everything was structurally sound. People had to evacuate the Candlestick Park Lake now because with it being October, it gets dark early. And there was no lights. But anyways, the earthquake delayed the series, and they eventually resumed with Game 3 October 27th in San Francisco, A's 13, Giants 7. And Game 4 October 28th in San Francisco, Oakland 9, San Francisco 6. Oakland wins the World Series. And the last 2 games just felt like something was missing, but there's your 1987-89 season. Tomorrow, 1990. And who do we see win tomorrow? Stay tuned.